episode of Three-Way with NGK. I'm Nicole.
I'm Grace. Poppin'.
Karina.
Hey! Today, what's our topic? We're going to be talking about long-distance relationships and dating apps.
Yes.
So, who wants to really kick things off? I mean, I could talk about my dating app experience.
We'll start with you.
Okay!
Yeah, like, I'm actually excited. Like, I'm excited for the viewers to know this. All right. I lived through Nicole.
Vicariously.
Love it.
So I've actually been on dating apps. You guys already know, but
Yes.
for everybody else to know, I've actually been on dating apps for probably years, but not regularly using it. Not regularly meeting people. I'm the worst dating app user. So I've met probably in like 5 years. I've met maybe 4 people off of dating apps in person. That's terrible use of the app. But anyways, I'm a fan of it because honestly, when you're busy, when you're living life, you, especially in quarantine right now, given COVID, you don't have the opportunity to go out as much, right?
Yeah.
Meet as many people. So I just keep my profile active. You never know who's gonna like you one day, and then you'll be like, damn, okay, where are you from? What are you doing? You know? So yeah, I just kind of kept it active, just kind of seeing where it goes.
Any success?
No success.
Yeah. One?
Wait, is it? No. I'm like I said, I met 4 people. You know, we went on a couple
like
of dates.
You're like a beautiful queen. I can see you. I know your DMs are popping every 2 seconds.
But dating apps have had no success.
Yeah.
No success. I mean, like I've gone on a couple cool dates with some cool people. I've kept in touch, honestly, with 2 guys that I met on dating apps where it's just like the chemistry wasn't there or whatever. And they're mad cool. Like we keep in touch, whatever, everything's cool, but it's not for me.
I've tried Tinder maybe like 6 or 7 years when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
And the guy, this was my first experience with dating apps. So I tried it because the girl in my office was like, sign up for it. Blah, blah, blah. So I signed up.
Yeah, it was like
the guy, good looking guy. He was a professional, but he didn't look like anything in his photos.
Oh, you were catfish.
And after, no, but he looked like his photo, but he didn't look like his photo at the same time.
Got
it was weird. Just like we were talking the other day, and it's just like, it's different when you see the person in person opposed to seeing the person like in your phone.
Sometimes it's just like the chemistry's lacking.
And
like
then
you
that's
could talk.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. So it's a little off. So then I literally deleted it, and recently, because of Nicole, I signed. Well, like maybe not recently, but like a while ago, I signed up.
Yeah, you've been off it for a bit. I was so excited for you.
And then I'm just like, nah, it's just. I don't know.
But you were having some sort of success. Did you like? I
got the guys.
Yeah.
But it's just like, after a while, it just became boring. Like it's like.
Yeah.
What part of it became boring? Like, so when you guys swipe right or left, like.
I don't even like Tinder. I swear by Hinge. Hinge is my really favorite dating app. Yeah.
Oh, really?
You can filter by ethnicity. So for me, that's important. I want to filter. I want to know exactly what I'm getting in my selection.
Yeah.
And so Hinge was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's where I've had the most success. Like meeting people who are like, you know, at least meet the basic criteria of the looks or whatever that I'm looking for. Hinge has been the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you tried Hinge?
I've tried Hinge and
success.
You're the one that put me on Hinge.
Oh yeah, that night we were talking and I was on her. Remember how excited she was?
Hinge.
I was like, "Karina, I'm here."
Oh yeah,
because she was getting.
I was like,
you started like you lasted like one day.
I know. I went in on Hinge. I'm like, okay, there's some cute guys. After the first 10 guys, the rest of them were like. All of them look like mom girls. So, like,
but you know what? I don't like anybody on Hinge ever. I never have, never will.
Wow.
Because like I said, I just keep the app active, and every now and then I'll go in and browse who's liked me, and it's either yes or no. And you know what I mean?
Oh.
So I'm not taking any of my time
really to like really be
per se.
Okay.
It's just I'll just browse who's liked me. Like you know, every now and then you'll discover a gem. Like I met this guy who's in Detroit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, and he's cool. He met the looks criteria. You know, everything checks out there. But I haven't met him in person yet.
Right. And time will tell when you do.
Yeah.
Want to hear that story?
Yeah. No, but the thing about dating apps is like, a lot of men are either married on it, looking for an ego boost, or looking for a hookup. So that's why I don't trust dating apps. Yeah, as such. So it's not something that I'd opt for.
But you have to vet it like anybody else.
I know, but still. I know.
Well, I think for me, people say that, you know, you got to try dating apps or whatever because you never know. And it's hard to meet people right now. And I encourage it. Like anybody that's on it, like you lovely ladies, I think for me, because I'm such an energy person, I need to feel the spark. Like I need to see you and be like, shit. Like you know what I mean? But then
I'm like,
that's
too, though.
but then and you could be both, right? So I don't think just because you're in dating apps you don't want to feel people's energy, because I think part of it is also you can't determine anything until you meet the person.
Yeah.
So that was a really good point that you brought up. So it, you know, so I can't, you know, I'm gonna be open-minded going to 2021, and maybe I'll try it with a dating app situation.
Yeah.
Because we, you know, people still reach out to us on Instagram. People still do the DMs on Instagram.
Exactly.
That is
Instagram,
that's technically a dating app.
I've never met anybody off a DM message though. Have you guys?
One or two.
Really?
I have a lot of good friends
DM'd,
from
No
Instagram.
way.
A lot of good friends.
Yeah.
Friends. But have you ever like seen somebody hit you in the DMs and you were like, oh, okay?
I've dated somebody that hit me up on a
Yeah?
DM, and yeah, it worked out.
Maybe not.
And the only
date,
reason
but-
it didn't work out is because they moved to a different, like they moved out of the city.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
A
So
lot
and
of
I couldn't do
interest.
long distance.
A lot of interest that turned into like great friendships from Instagram. So
Yeah.
Yes.
I've had some
Yes.
friendships come out of DMs.
Yeah.
for
Because
sure.
sometimes, like, when people DM, like, I always tell people, like, I can't assume right away that they like me because they're trying to hit it. Like, sometimes they're just, like, just simply admire you.
no,
Like,
they
simply-
all want to
Just
hit
for
it.
I mean...
Yo, that just brings me to like a complete side topic. But I always have this
Is that,
debate.
yeah, that's a good question.
No.
And they
Do you-
slide...
Not even about DMs. No. Like, I'm telling you, this is way left field.
Mhm.
But do you guys feel like men and women could be completely platonic
No,
friends?
no, I don't believe that.
I do believe that.
I agree with Karina.
I do not, because
I have tried countless times
What are you
and I
talking
failed.
about?
I can't, like real platonic friendships.
Yes.
Either
all
It's
of my
never
best,
happened to me.
all
My
of
best friends are guys.
all my best friends that are men came from them liking me at some point in time.
yes, same.
And then you friend zone them,
Right. And then they become...
Yeah.
and then they become, you know, your best friend, and then
Yep.
okay.
yeah,
all of them
Yeah.
have I've either liked them or they have either liked me.
Got it.
yeah, one or the other, or
Yeah.
like you at one point they're your maintenance bay, and then you cut that off, and then you turn into
Yeah.
friends. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of how it looks, at one point in time, the woman liked the man. At one point in time, the man liked the woman.
Right.
Or you had sex in the past, or you're going to have sex in the future
Okay,
and
yeah,
explore
yeah.
that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
sure,
never
sure,
a
sure.
solely platonic.
I have one
Friendship. I
solid
don't have those.
platonic relationship, though.
Yeah.
But only one.
He
So I have
probably
to
wants
agree
you.
with you. I have to agree with you. Huh?
He probably wants you.
No, I don't think so.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is.
Really?
Yeah,
No,
no.
yeah, I don't think so.
Oh,
That was
that's
like
the
my
other.
first friend from like when I came to Canada. Like actually
Yeah.
two of them. Like there's like
Mhm.
my godson's dad.
He wants to hit it.
He's married. That's my godson's people.
No, he doesn't.
he does not. He's not even my type.
He doesn't. They're like I can see
I'm
that
sorry,
as just
because
like,
could you see that? Like, and he like she. I'm so happy that you know everybody that I deal with.
no.
Trust me.
That's
No.
strictly friends. But
It's
I don't
not.
feel that. I don't feel that. Besides your situation, and there might be a few others. I don't feel that men and women could really be friends because somebody
Yeah.
in the back,
In
they're
the back
waiting
row,
for
yeah.
you to like follow up with your boyfriend to slide in.
Yeah.
I think so. And
Yeah.
at one point in time, I had this guy friend. I thought, like, we met each other through one of my friends. And I was like, whoa, I think I can actually have a guy friend. Like, we would hang out and, like, we had similar interests. He was just really cool. I could talk to him. And then one day he tried to kiss me. And I was like, whoa,
They always
what's
do
going
something
on?
to ruin it.
Yeah, and I was just like, whoa, I had the conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, well, honestly, like, I'm not interested. He told me straight up, he's like, I'm not interested in being your friend. I'm like,
See,
my heart, because I thought we had a real friendship. Like, we were
Yeah.
so cool. And he was
Right,
like,
right.
I have a
Right.
guy friend. He's
That-
like, just know, like, we chill and everything, but we're not friends because I want to talk to you. Like,
Wow.
I'm interested in you.
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
That's how I know.
okay.
Hmm.
Sad life, sad life. Anyway, sorry, I had to stay left field a little bit. Stay left field. Anyways, so obviously we were talking about, you know, dating apps, whatever, and I talked about my meeting the guy in Detroit. Have you guys ever had a long distance relationship? And if you haven't, are you open to it?
I've. You know what? Okay, there's a few things that you need in a long distance relationship.
Mm.
Okay, preface.
Communication,
Yes.
Yep.
trust,
Yes.
You have to be spontaneous,
Yes.
and you can't live in like a hole in the end of the earth. Like you have to be able to travel there and stuff like that.
And it's not expensive either.
Exactly.
No matter how much money you have, like it still will be costly.
And at the end of the day, you guys you have to have the same goals in a relationship, as in ending up in like the same place, and you know.
Yes.
Okay, eventually we want to be in the future together.
Yeah.
You'll move here or I'll move here. Like you have to have those future goals. But I mean, I've been in a couple.
The way you're laughing, I'm like,
I'm
okay,
just
what's
ready
up?
for
I've been in a
it
couple
all.
long distance relationships. One of them was, I mean, he was a man whore, so like I couldn't, like it wasn't a serious relationship. Like he had a bag of women, and like it, honestly, shit hit the fan, and I found out about it eventually, but yeah. So
How'd you find out? Sorry.
That kind of,
you can't skip over those kind
yeah.
of details. How'd you find out?
girls are in my inbox. You know, I had the craziest stuff happen to me with that relationship.
Like that's
Can
crazy.
you elaborate?
Yeah.
I feel like
So when a girl goes to your inbox, what are they saying?
Look who you're digging right now.
I'm digging.
Yeah,
Dig.
me too. Go and get into
No, like it was just like, but the thing is, when you talk to certain people, you know what you're signing up for, and I kind of had it just what I was signing up for. So like, it's either you kind of put yourself in that situation.
Yeah.
So I dabbled in it, and like I realized I'm like, no, definitely not for me. So I gave that a chance, but I had another long distance relationship. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he turned out to be crazy in the end, but no, it was actually like a good, like it wasn't the long distance that kind of ruined anything. Like
Okay.
communication was good. We seen each other on a regular basis. He was up in the city like at least a few times a month. So like we seen each other pretty often. So like in that sense, it wasn't it just didn't work out, but long distance didn't kind of sever it didn't ruin the relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's some success in it as long as you have trust and communication.
That's
and all
right.
other things, but
That's key.
That's
In any relationship, trust and communication.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
but
could
it's
work.
just more so when you're in a long distance relationship.
And I find
right?
that we talked a lot more, and we've seen each other a lot more with technology, of course.
Yeah.
Than I would with a guy that lived here.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like
I could see that.
we
more
FaceTime
time
each other
getting to
every
know
day. We
each
talk on
other,
the phone
yeah.
every day.
And it's not more. It's beyond physicality.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy about
And
long distance.
there's like a build up until you see each other, and then it's nice when you see each other. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, it was good until it just didn't work out. But
Yeah.
like,
Wow, because he was crazy.
it was crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But
Okay, so what's another crazy thing that happened? So like, okay, so this girl's DM you. What are they saying?
oh, we're back on the first one.
Yeah. Oh,
Yo, we can't let that pass. We cannot let that pass.
Like, we
We're back on the first one.
I just want to know what happened when the girl messaged you.
curious.
What is she saying? Well, I don't know why girls do this. Like, you messaging me is gonna stop your man from
Yo, she was telling me the color of my man's walls. That's what she was telling me. So yes.
Oh my god,
That was a
sorry.
good save. No, that was a good save. I don't think it's okay.
Yeah,
Continue.
no, she was telling me the color of my man's walls. So basically,
So she just DM'd you and was like, "Yeah, your man's
Well,
walls
I'm just
are."
giving you. I'm just giving you a gist of what it was. But she just knew too much. So I'm like, okay,
Oh wow.
yeah. So
That's crazy.
You knew it was something to take
You
serious.
knew it was like
Yeah.
beyond like.
So
okay,
what did
I
you
gotta
do
let
from
this
there?
go.
from there, that was. I mean, from there it was a wrap. Then we talked again, and it was just like, no. Yeah.
Have you guys ever been hurt?
Yeah, but I'm here to hear the second part of that crazy.
Anyways, let that go. Okay.
Okay.
Zone in.
You know what?
What's
Okay.
going on?
Okay. Let's just sit
What
it
else
out.
do you want to know?
I don't know. Have we all done, like, speaking of being hurt, like, what, like, I've been hurt because, like, my first relationship, again, I was like 22, 23, super fresh, super new. Again, my first boyfriend at this point, lost my virginity to him. Fairly new in Canada. I don't know shit, like, nothing. Yeah, and then I found out he was cheating on me.
How'd you find
That
out?
hurt because I always suspected here and there. Like, you just have this intuitions, but like, I've never been one to accuse. I've never been one to be like, hey, you're doing this, because somehow something inside of me always say like, I don't know what it is. Maybe because I've always been around guy friends or like older brothers. Like, that never works. Just like accusing a man, they don't care about that. So I think naturally when I had a feeling, I never accused him, but like I will complain about certain things. Like I will say stuff like, you're not making enough time for me at the time, or you're not trying to spend a lot of time with me, and you know, we used to spend time on the phone at this times or whatever, but like now I feel like you're not.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I'll complain, like I was like indirectly just.
We all do the same thing, like
right.
I feel like when when you're in a relationship where the guy's cheating. There's the same sign.
Yeah,
the same sign.
You just
it.
notice.
You know.
So it's
Yeah.
like, and you know what's crazy? And I couldn't even call him out on it, but I knew. And I just was like, I'm not calling him out of it, but I'm just gonna be observer now, right?
So you never said nothing like.
I did. So you know what's happened? You know what's crazy is he came to check me. Those were those times where like I still lived at home. So we, you know, we're both just like he was like we're both driving. So like no one was really like at their own house. He lived at home. I lived at home. So we had to meet in the car. So we're in the park. It was late at night, and I was like, I need to talk to you. And he's like, okay, but I gotta be somewhere at 11 o'clock. I'm like, wow,
where you gotta be?
Exactly.
So that was already a sign. I'm like, okay, now we really gotta talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he came through, and then I was in the car. He went to take a piss, like it was in the park, because we're drinking in the car. And then I was like, I don't want to go to that guy's phone. Like I was young. I'll never do it again, because I think that's just like, you know, after just being in other relationships, like. The first thing, like, they're always like, yeah, that's invading someone's privacy. And I completely understand. Like, I was 22. I'll never do it, even when I know that that's how I'm going to find evidence. I don't think that that's the right way to accuse somebody when finding to their phone. But I'm glad I did at the time. That was a committed relationship. We were together for 5 years at this point. I had so many signs and nothing else. There was nothing else for me to, he was so good at it. And the only way I could find out is like by just checking the phone. So I was in the car when he went to take a piss. This phone was blowing up. Like,
meanwhile, he had to be somewhere at 11.
And it was like around 10:30, 10:20. So I'm like, clearly whoever is calling is a person that he's meeting.
At 11 o'clock.
At 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's warranted to check on a guy's phone. It's not. But at the time, like, you're young and naive and you're scared and you just want to find a reason, right? And I kept looking at the phone and I was like, I saw the name and I was like, oh. And then I opened the text. You know, it was one of those texts, you know, the Motorola phone, so you could open it. And the whole text is like there quickly, but you can't read the whole thing.
Yeah.
And the text say, yo, I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to see you soon, so I can make you come like the last time.
Yo, did you step on that phone?
You know what's crazy? I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
I don't care. Women that are like that are psychopath, because I'm gonna cuss you that same.
You know what's
night.
crazy? It was the first time I'm finding out. It's almost like I didn't want to. So I wasn't even prepared because he's such a good person to me at that time.
What?
What do you mean? Well, not a good person, like, but you know what I mean.
Honestly,
like, I didn't have a reason, and
I get it.
So I just didn't want to do it. Now it's a different story. You're not gonna just spank me like But at the time, it was a new relationship. That's my first love. Remember, like everything is new. So it's crazy. So when I found out, I was like, I didn't say anything. I was like, drop me home right now. And he's like, what happened? Like I was like, you gotta be somewhere at 11 o'clock anyways, right? And I gotta be home. I have an early morning. That's how I did it.
I mean,
and I went
sometimes
home.
they don't even deserve your.
I didn't.
You know
I didn't even do it until
your response.
Yeah, I didn't even say anything. Honestly, I think I was just so shocked. I was so numb. I think I was just so upset. I was disappointed in all the things. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just happy I knew what I knew.
You have self-control because...
So I went back to I just went back to, my girl was staying over at that time in my mom's house. I told her everything. I cried to her. Like, obviously, you know, you call your girlfriends, you cry to them. And I was like, I remember telling myself that was the last time I'm crying about a guy. I called my boy, Ant, shout out Ant, who's one of my best friends. I shouted to Ant, I'm like, that nigga's fucked. So he came, I'm like, he came to scoop me up. And then he's like, don't talk to me anymore.
Did you stop talking to him after that?
No, because I was still like kind of in love. But then that's when my boy was like, you're too emotional. That's how I started learning how to be like, you know, to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
But my bros started taking over. They're like, no, no, like, tell me who it is. I'm like, no, you don't need to know who it is.
No, but I know people, like women like you, they see something, they get the proof, they say nothing. Me, It came out later. It came out later on when we got back together because we broke up for a hot second. So I told him I told him like, so I didn't tell him why we're breaking up, but I ended it. I said, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work out. Oh.
He didn't really know why.
Good for you.
Yeah, it wasn't easy though because I was so in love. Those were the days I was so in love where you thought like love was everything. You thought you were getting married after you have sex with somebody. Anyways. So I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do, but just to break up because I had guy friends I could just fall back to. So that was what saved me. So I didn't have like a need to go back to the one, right? And anyway, so later on when we go back together, I brought it up. he got livid. He's like, I can't believe you entered my phone. Like he turned it on me after. He turned it on me after and made it seem like I'm this crazy. I'm like, but I found out what I found out. At the end of the day, you were cheating on me, so I'm not sure what you're mad at.
But
it's manipulation. Have you ever caught somebody cheating on you? Have you ever gone through somebody's phone?
Yes. Okay. In my 20s.
Those are early 20s.
Honestly, I have since done it in my 30s.
Yeah, because you grow up and you realize that that's not gonna solve anything.
The thing is, if I feel I can't trust you at all, then I can't talk to you.
Me too.
Yeah,
I just
I'll slowly kind of get turned off of you. Like I see what you're doing. I'm like, okay, no, you know what? You do that on your own time. I'm gonna do my own thing, and we're not gonna do this together. But I have in the past, like. But the thing is, like, you see how you can hold... I can't hold it in. Like, I'm literally...
Yeah, my pride. The way my pride is set up.
your house and kicking in your door. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Yes. I can't hold that in. And then you didn't even tell him until later, like, months later. So that's crazy to me.
Yeah,
you're going to know. For me, you're going to know.
Because to me, it's like, if I don't think sometimes you know when to act and how to act it. Like, you never know if that happens to me again. Like, if I don't know, right? Yeah. I just knew at that time, I already knew that was not going to work out. You know, those relationships where you already know that this is not going to be your husband. But you're hoping that this is the man of your life. But you kind of know so many things have been red flagged in your situation. So then you're just like, I could be mad and I could argue, but I don't know how far this is going to go because... If he's already cheating, I don't know if me wilding out is even going to change anything. That's how I look at it. Because men really don't care.
But that's my way of expressing myself.
But that's good.
Yeah, like, I can't, I would, with all of that built up in me, like, I'd go crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, you feel disrespected.
I'm similar
now,
to, like,
I don't think I could tolerate it.
Yeah.
I think in a sense that it's hard or I should say that I was similar to you. Because similar to how you say you'd respond, you just blow up. Yeah. Like, I think I've only ever been hurt to a point where I reacted in response once in my whole life. Yeah. And prior to that experience, I would have said, like, oh, I would confront them. I would, like, you know, do this, do that, do the other. And to me in that situation, it's like I turned mute, believe it or not, mute. I literally turned mute. I had nothing to say.
Like,
I was just like...
Honestly, that, again, that's in my 20s. In my 30s, I feel like I've matured so much. I'm just like...
And you know better.
When you see the signs,
so many options.
Like, you just leave them wherever they left you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You keep them moving.
And also, remember, I know 20s, we didn't have a lot of options. Now we have so many options.
No, I had... My 20s...
You had options
in my 20s.
See, I didn't have a lot of options, so like I was hurt more. I was hurt more. Yeah. I have more options in my 30s than I did in my 20s.
Really?
Like in terms of just maybe where I know myself, or like, or maybe like, I think you're so fixated in that one person because you're so in love too, that you're not even trying to think that there's options.
Yes.
So they're hurt different.
Yeah, you have that tunnel vision because you're still really like naive to certain things.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, like maybe there's something I did wrong or whatever, and then you realize.
And then you also have your insecurities. I find in your 30s,
yes, a lot of insecurities.
You don't have as many insecurities as you did in your 20s.
Yeah,
I find personally.
I agree.
Yeah,
I have to agree.
True. So now I'm just like, I know my worth, so I won't
tolerate
for foolishness,
like at all.
Yep.
I see it. I'm out. Like bye.
Yeah, like I gotta go. Like, do you deserve it? Yeah. You're allowed to. Yeah. But we're done here. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, the thing is, I'm friends with majority of my ex-boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes they're amazing friends.
No,
they're more,
good to mix when it comes to relationships. Yes.
But amazing friends.
We're cool. Yeah, we're super
That's
cool.
a good way to put it.
I don't hold grudges. Like, I'm cool with a lot of my exes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So,
like, the same person too, right? Like, I'm so good friends. But, you know, it's funny. So I had a story that I heard the other day, and I was like, "Oh, maybe I should like wait to tell it on the podcast. I want to see if you guys did something like that." Mm-hmm. You're talking about like breaking doors and going into man's doors. So Faith Evans, when she found out she was being cheated on, apparently her and Biggie. This was her and Biggie times, like early, like maybe mid '80s, early '90s, or whatever. Yeah. she trusted him all the time because he was always on tours or hotels. So like he'll call the hotel. She knows exactly where to get a hold of him if she needs anything. But she knew he was just doing his thing, and like tours or whatever never bothered him. Yeah. But then the one time she suspected something, I don't know, like somebody called her. I can't remember the exact story, but what happened is when she must have called and found out that it wasn't what it was, and she's like, I'm gonna pull up.
Sometimes you gotta pull up.
So she did, and her intentions were to just talk to him and be like, "What are you doing?" Like, and that's what
kicking the door though.
She knocked on it.
Is that where the song came from? Kicking the door, waving the. Never mind. Okay.
Maybe because she left her on the floor. Actually, now that I think about it, kick on the door. I don't know. Yeah, because she left the girl on the floor and beat her up. Yeah. So what happened is,
was it Little Kim? No.
Well, Faith Evans said her story, and so anyways, she pulled up and she wanted to talk to him, but she couldn't hold her control because she was like, I wish it wasn't her that opened the door. But because it was her that opened the door and her man,
whoever she saw first got it.
Because she was expecting to see her man and just talk about it and be like, yo, what's going on? But she just had a feeling someone was in the room. So she pulled up, literally booked a flight, went over, like flew over. It was like a 45-minute flight, and pulled up, and the girl opened the door. Yeah. And she just went at it, boom, 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 punch after punch, and left on the floor, and left, and booked, and she went back and booked another flight back home.
So she never confronted the man?
Nope.
I wouldn't do that. Because a lot of the times...
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about that. What do you guys think about that?
The woman doesn't even know. I would not... First of all, if I'm in a relationship...
I will never reach out to the girl.
And yeah, if I'm in a relationship and I see my man cheating, I'm not going to reach out to the girl. It's not... A lot of women in an attempt... Because you have the feelings for the man, right?
Some girls know, though. Some girls do know.
Some girls, of course. Yes. But how do you know who knows and who doesn't, right? Unless you see the proof by looking through her phone or whatever.
Like somebody that's in the circle. Like,
yeah, of course. That's just shady. Then everybody's getting it. Everybody in the circle's getting it. But in that case...
You're getting it. He's getting it. What are you doing?
You, everybody. But in that case, like Faith Evans' situation, you knock on a hotel door. The girl could be completely oblivious to what's happening. She could think he could have been, talking that talk. She thinks he's single, right?
This is true.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's like the issues with the man.
I would never attack the woman. I would never attack the woman because most women don't know.
Most women do not know. Yeah. And even if women know, what the most a guy might say, especially shady guys, might just be like, yo, you already know I still have a girl, but we're just going through it or whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to really tell you.
They're never.
They're not really saying the real truth. They're just going to be like, you already know what it is. Like, because guys don't really know how to talk, unfortunately, especially the cheaters. So I think as a woman, you should just pay 2 and 2s and just know where you stand and just be like, yo, just be observant. Just pay attention. Yeah. And just know your worth. Trust me, a real guy, a real man, you women see the signs. Yeah. And I always say, like, if I feel like you're cheating, if I have even any gesture that you're a cheater like that, I'm going to just exit. I'm like, a lot of situations and like a lot of my past situations when I just knew they were trying to live a double life, I'm just like, I just help them out. I'm like, listen, I think I'm going through a lot right now. I can't do a relationship right now. I just leave and they'll never know why I left. And they ask, what happened? I was like, honestly, just going through it in life. You know how it is.
At this stage, you just keep it moving.
You just keep it moving.
Yeah. Why waste your time arguing and sulking over the same bullshit?
Mm-hmm. It's hard to say how you're going to react. I've realized that. It's hard to say how you're going to react until you're in this situation. There's things I've done where I'm just like, oh my goodness, I did
What's
not
the craziest thing you've done? As a wrap up,
As we wrap up, I don't know if I could say that in the same breath.
Try it.
Honestly, for me, where I spoke about this on a previous episode, how just on New Year's Eve, I just blocked somebody's number and got rid of them, whatever, right? For me, that was the one and only time in my life that I would say I've been hurt. And in that wasn't even a real relationship. But to me, we were dating for 2 years. Yeah. And there were reasons why it couldn't progress into a relationship. But we had that verbal agreement, listen, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be exclusive to this extent. We're dating, you know what I mean? Sure. And then so we had that arrangement and we had a strong communication. So I trusted him at that point. So it was more so the breaking of the trust that I would say that hurt me. Sure. Because, he just didn't stay true to that. And then I found out that he was he ended up getting his ex pregnant, long story short,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
for me, that, like, and then he called me over, and then I went to talk to him, and he told me he's expecting a baby. So obviously, like,
wow.
that shocker, it's like, wait, what? It's like,
Yeah,
where did
that's
that
a
even
lot
come
going
from?
on,
It's
yeah.
too much, right? So yeah, for that situation, like, that was a lot to handle, obviously. And so for that same individual, like, the craziest thing I think in that, like, I kind of saw signs leading up to him telling me he's expecting a baby. Obviously, because you always know.
You kind of feel it.
That's crazy.
And so, like, a few times, like, I would go to his house, like, unplanned. I would go to his house. And one of the times, like, the same girl who he later told me he was expecting a baby with, soon after, she was at his door, like, knocking as I pulled up. So I was like, oh my goodness. And then she, like, confronted me, like, oh, who are you here to see? It was a scenario. Anyways, so I...
And finish
No,
the
I wasn't with the confrontation. So I was just like, oh, sorry, wrong floor, because he lived in the condo. So I was like, wrong floor, because I didn't know, like, what's their dynamic. What's he telling her?
Move.
No, but she knew. She was like, it's not the wrong floor. Who are you here to see? I'm like, wrong floor. And it literally, like, 2 days later, he told me he's expecting a baby. So obviously, you know, the dots aligned, and it was her baby, and she was there. You know what I mean? So
That's
it's
crazy.
like, you always know, you always see those red flags,
Yeah.
and it's like, what are you gonna do? I didn't think
Yeah.
I would have ever done that, but it's like, when you're in the situation,
Yeah.
you never know,
You
right?
never know.
You never know.
That's still the calm of it all.
Tell me about your crazy scenario. Like, what did you ever do?
I mean, we should save that for the... I mean, that's the craziest thing I've done. Like, one is the guy's phone. Because he made me feel like you never invade someone's privacy, period. But, like, I know.
Karina has a story. Please tell us.
No.
I don't want to be solo in my madness.
Because I just have so much pride to, like, confront...
Karina has
You
a
didn't do
great
anything
story.
crazy though.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
What is
not
that?
crazy.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. You're pulling up unexpected. Like, remember, you're not in a relationship in this scenario, right? It's not like
I'm
it's
just
my
here
man.
loving her nails.
I mean,
I love
I know.
it.
Nothing
nails look
spilled.
Pretty.
No, like, yeah. Again, in my 20s.
Yeah.
20s.
What happened?
Yes, we want to hear.
Did the pull up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So everybody does that.
Kick
Kick
in the door.
crazy.
You know.
Wait,
No,
you
I'm
kicked
joking.
in the door?
You kicked in the door? Talk about it.
No.
You did. Don't be like I'm joking. You kicked in the door.
Okay, it's okay.
You're like, wait, it's locked?
Boo.
I had
You
a
see how
faith-
thick her it is?
Yo, I
Like, don't play.
had a Faith Evans experience.
You boxer girl.
Oh
I
my
had a Faith
gosh.
Evans experience, not the girl though. Because
What
I don't
guy?
confront
You beat
girls.
up the guy?
Oh, okay,
no,
good.
okay. You know what? Anyways, so that was one of them. And then going through the phone in my 20s.
Yeah.
I did it in my 20s. But like now I'm just like, no.
So what happened with the phone situation?
The phone situation,
Yeah.
when you look, you're gonna find something.
Sure.
When you
Not
look, you're gonna find
always.
Except
I hear
what
people
Jay-
say that. Like, oh, if you're looking for something, you're going to find it. No.
No.
If somebody's being honest and people always say that, though. If you're looking for
Also,
something,
you
you're
never
gonna
have
find
to
it.
look if the person is
won't.
so honest and respectful
You'll
to
find
you
it.
and gives you the reason not to.
Yeah, I've never looked through somebody's phone, though.
Yeah, I have.
Never in my life. Like,
That
I've
was my
never...
first relationship, like,
Honestly, I
when I was
don't
21.
feel good
Wow.
about looking through phones. But like
Yeah.
again, that's
Yeah.
when I was young and I was immature.
We were young and we didn't know any other way to deal with, like, when we're suspecting things. And now we're, like, a lot
Yes.
older.
Now-
we just know
now
that's
it's
the
not
last
something I
resort.
wouldn't do,
Yeah.
If a man makes me feel in any type of way,
It was like,
that
what, we're
I
15
can't
years old. That was like
trust
George
them.
Brown days.
Yeah. Even in my 20s, like even so, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I don't feel like I can trust him, I can't be in the relationship.
Yeah, period.
I'll end it early.
Simple.
Like,
Let's just move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, when you see those signs, then move on.
Just
Don't
move on.
Waste time.
Yeah,
Time to
there's no
go.
time to talking and
Time to
going
go.
on.
Yeah.
So those are the
Yo,
stories.
okay. I want to hear more about Karina, like, after this episode. Like,
That's all you're getting. Okay.
that's all okay. Well, live at least.
Well, you talked about kicking in a door, and you never really finished there. So we're going to touch on that in another episode.
All right.
We'll wrap it
Okay.
up with that.
We'll wrap it up.
We'll wrap it up with that. You're not going to be in your shell here. You're going to open up that shell.
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
Next
more
one.
tequila
It's not
shots.
gonna take
More
us.
tequila
No.
shots. And, like, you know,
No.
she'll, like,
We'll make
she'll
sure you
get
drink more
into
next
it.
time. We're going to replace that wine glass with a shot glass.
I'm
Maybe a
just
couple,
saying,
You know?
I'm just
Just
saying.
know I
Like,
kicked in the door because it was warranted. Okay.
Woo! He was warranted.
Again, in my 20s.
we gotta
In
catch
my
that story.
20s.
We gotta catch
yo,
that.
I know the viewers are here for this story. I know we're going to be getting
Karina
that.
kicks in the door.
Next episode, guys. That's what you guys want to hear. That? Let us know. If you guys want to hear Karina's story, let us know.
No, that's all you're getting.
All right, guys. This was good.
Close it up nice.
yeah, we didn't elaborate much on long distance, but I'm definitely open to it. You guys are very successful. You guys are successful or not, one way or another.
Yeah.
I'm open to it, but I'm not for it. But I'm open to it in the future. But yeah, and we'll just carry on. Maybe we'll have some guests that have been in successful long distance relationships in the past.
Yeah,
and to come on and tell us how it works for them and how it doesn't. But I guess we wrap it up for now. As usual, follow us on all our platforms.
Yes.
It's at 3-Way with NGK. The email is at 3waywithngk@gmail.com. We're on all platforms, so Spotify, Apple, YouTube, podcaster.
Guys, follow, subscribe. Follow, subscribe.
We have so many platforms.
We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Spotify, everything in between, guys. It's number 3. I think I gotta do it this way, or is it this way? Number 3 way with NGK. Number 1 thing is YouTube and Instagram. You can find us on all channels from there.
Facts. That's a fact. Until next time. Cheers,
Till next time, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.
Bye.